Alright, welcome back to HWH, where once again, I've got something to showcase. In this instance, we're going to take a look at the stunt kit from the Track Builder series, that of which had many different options for customization and constructive purposes. High jump, crisscross, long jump, and the drop, or just some of the mere examples that they showcase here in the booklet. But as you can see, I was able to create something new in this instance. We got ourselves a vertical drop. Definitely not the first time that it's happened, and I doubt it'll ever be the last. But it doesn't really matter anyways, because what we got here is something to draw in some power and amplify it with this kicker loop, or loop launcher as Mattel calls it, and we're simply going to have ourselves a nice jumping portion. But this is more about gap clearing rather than simply jumping and hitting the, well, jump bar. Basically, in this piece right here, that you can see right here, this is what I had in the last installment of HWH regarding this type of material that they use for the kit itself. Of course, it does have the main frame itself, which did in fact house many different possibilities entirely. But as you can see, we're taking the outer portion of it and just having ourselves a nice long straight drop. That way, we can hopefully clear gaps. Unlike the last test, this is a different type of jumping altogether. Let's just see, though, how these cars can do it, just like with last time. So, practically the same perspective, except I had it aimed more so it could focus on the gap in turn. Let's start things off with the Volvo 240 Drift Wagon. Oh, man. It went upside down, but I guess we'll count that as clearing the gap. Alright, so now we got the Toyota MR2 once again. And also went upside down, but whatever. Let's try Buzz Off as the third model. Wow. Barely stayed upright, but success. Selena S7, don't know if it's going to do very well in the loop, but let's see. Looks like I didn't reset the loop. Okay, try again. Oh! Ended up propped. That's always pretty funny. Alfa Romeo HC Competizione is up next. Okay. That was pretty good. I'm surprised it's all going so well so far. Slide kick is going to be number 6. Whoa. Veered off to the left for some reason. Second time's a charm. Awesome. Now let's try the Oldsmobile Aurora. I do like this model, even though it's a bit hard to find like some of the others. Well, we touched the ramp, but it doesn't really count. You kind of have to be on the ramp to succeed. And one more time. Yeah. Not quite there. I guess we'll just leave it there as a DNF. Did not finish. Now let's go for a quarter-mile coupe. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this one. Either it's not working with the drop correctly or otherwise. But let's just move on to Berserk. Of course I didn't reset. Oh well, Oh! He ended up overshooting this time. Something I did not expect to see. Let's try one more time. Yeah. Overshooting. Nah, we're not going to count that. You don't want to get too slow or go too fast when you're proceeding through the gap. Well, one more time for the Doom Buggy. Oh! Okay, you know what? Might have overshot, but at least remained on the ramp, which is always good to know. Speed Trap is going to come up next. Yep. That time it did overshoot, much like the Doom Buggy, but hey, it remained on there. And that was the whole thing that I wanted to do. The Oldsmobile didn't quite do so well. Berserk ended up overshooting without landing. And Quarter Mile Coupe didn't quite work so well on the drop by any means. Now let's try this BMW. Again. Second test. Let's see if it does pretty good. And it did, even though it fell off the ramp. Yeah, at least it remained on there for almost a full second. Lamborghini Sian is up next. Same thing as the BMW. Slid back down, but at least it remained on the ramp while it did. Snowstormer. I'm going to see if they can do pretty well. Same problem as Berserk. It ends up going too fast and overshooting the whole thing. It scraped to the ramp. Not really good enough criteria. If it can remain on there before it falls off, that'd be fine. Yeah, slid right through without even stopping. Unlike with some of the others in which they eventually fell off, but only after remaining on the ramp. Porsche GT2. Went to the left, much like someone else did. Yeah. Pounced right off of the ramp. Not what I'm looking for here. Oh, man. Slowly but surely, it seems like that we are getting some not so great victors here. RDO5 is going to be up next. Let's just see that in addition to jump basing, let's see if it can clear gaps. I guess striking the ramp doesn't work either. Nope. 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 One more time. It's not very cooperative. At first it's too bad, but then it goes to be too good at its job. Now I have Oval Drive up next. Let's try again. Oh, not what I wanted. Yeah, you can't quite grind on the rail like that if you want to succeed in this. Alright, last time. Oh! Okay, well, I guess that works pretty well too. It was able to stay on there, eventually falling off the left hand. So, we'll work with that. Now we're going to try Exotic up next on this test. Oh, yeah. When we try backwards. That splitter's not going to do very well. No, ain't that familiar. Okay, one more time. It's just not quite doing it. Now we got two more cars to go through. The Dodge Murata. There we go. Did slide backwards, but still gonna count. GT Scorcher is gonna top this off. Ooh, would you look at that? That is what you call a solid win right there. Sitting right there at the top. Anyways, this is basically another segment of HWH all over and done with. We got 5, 10, 13 models here with another 7 sitting on this end. Proving that maybe not everybody is willing to be a competitor in this field, but it sure goes to tell you that no matter what goal it is or what gap you need to cross, you can always put as much heart and effort and muscle into it. And sometimes that's just not enough. I'll certainly be back with some more installments of HWH, and definitely when it comes to having more of this stuff to work with. So I'll see you guys then with more of this stuff, and I'll certainly have a new configuration of this set put together for y'all to see.